So the first principle, great brands start inside. Great brands practice brand building by fostering a strong corporate culture. Let me explain this by talking about IBM. Back in 2002, when Sam Palmisano took the reins of the company as the CEO, he faced some serious challenges. The company, which had once been a computer hardware powerhouse, was now generating the bulk of its revenues from services and software. And so he had to lead his entire organization to operate under this new business model, and he had to set expectations both internally and externally on how they were going to succeed in doing so. He also faced a workforce that, quite frankly, had bred some sense of entitlement and arrogance. You know, when you want to set a new direction for your company, culture change may not be the first place that you might think of. A more common, attractive approach is to overhaul your communications, put a fresh face on your company and product, and you know, kind of go from there. Because it's a lot easier to change what you say about yourself than to change yourself. And truth be told, a public makeover is usually the fastest way to get the attention of customers and investors alike. So conventional wisdom would have suggested that that's where Sam Palmisano should have started. But Palmisano, like other enlightened leaders, knew that unless you develop greatness among your employees, they're unlikely to deliver greatness to your customers. So he started inside. He used IBM's vast collaboration software and communication network to put on what he called a values jam. For 3 days, employees from around the world were invited to go online and riff on certain themes, the values that underpinned the IBM brand, or is what Palmisano called our reason for being, the things that set us apart. At the end of the exercise, over 50,000 comments had been logged, and the outcome were 3 new interpretations of IBM's values. Then the company set its focus on, well, can we live up to those values? So Palmisano asked his direct reports to identify the gaps between those values and the reality of what they were practicing. And in very short order, they discovered all sorts of routine procedures that prevented them from living up to the value of being dedicated to every client's success. You know, the need to get even approvals for even kind of minor expenses prevented frontline managers from being able to solve their customers' problems quickly. So after piloting a test in which they gave every frontline manager, they gave a pool of frontline managers $5,000 of discretionary walking around money, they actually ended up rolling that out so that all 22,000 of their frontline managers got that same money. And Palmisano called that a $100 million bet on trust, and he did it because he wanted to prove that IBM lived by their values. So the ability to execute on that kind of alignment is what separates great brands from the rest.